Hi and welcome to my channel The Stitchy Wife. I'm Elizabeth, and today on Fridaysews episode number 2 for this year, we're outside. Sweden has all of a sudden gotten a beautiful spring weather, and I can't help myself but being outside as much as I possibly can. If you want to know what I've been up to these last 2 weeks, please stay put and I will show it to you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel The Stitchy Wife. I'm Elizabeth and this is my second episode of Fridaysews this year, and this coming back to YouTube. First off, I just have to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't know where to begin, and I can't explain how much what you've written, what you told me, what you've been saying and what you've been sharing means to me. I wish I can mean so much to someone else one day that you do to me. Thank you. Yeah, I would like to say so much more, but I can't find the words, and I've been crying so many happy tears so you wouldn't believe it. I was so afraid doing my first Fridaysews, and I don't know why. I was nervous and I was anxious and all of that, but you put it to a whole nother level. And yeah, thank you for letting me be a part of this amazing sewing community, and please reach out if there is anything I can do for you, because what you have given me, it's more than I can put into words, and I'm quite good with words, as you know by now. Well, that was the first thing, and I just wanted to let you know how much all of this has meant, both on Instagram and YouTube and all the other social medias that we have been connected, and just for you keeping in touch and reaching out and letting me know that you've been there, and I can keep going on. You can hear that. I won't do that. For those of you that are new here, I have gotten a few new subscribers, so very welcome. I hope you will stay and you will enjoy being part of this lovely sewing community and being a part of my little sewing corner of the world. I live in Sweden, if you don't know that. I am outside 20 kilometers outside of Gothenburg, the second biggest city in Sweden. And right now we have the most incredible weather. 2 weeks ago, when I filmed my first Fridaysews, we had snow. I think it was about 30 centimeters, or maybe the snow was maybe it was raining and the snow was, I don't know, but it was a terrible weather. I know that because I couldn't try anything on or do anything, and now I'm sitting here in my sweater and tights and just enjoying the bird chirping and the sun is shining, and I can feel warmth to my face. It is reviving. It's like life is getting back to us, and it's the same thing every year in Sweden, and most of you know that we are having quite a dark time over the winter here, and we don't get a lot of daylight, but now we sure does, and we take every advantage we can of it, and that is why I just had to sit outside. I get a bit, my nose is running a bit, so if I'm pausing the video, that is why, but it's so worth it. It's pollen. But yeah, I hope you can hear me over the birds and all that, and this time I haven't gotten the fabrics and what I've been working on with me outside, but I will insert pictures instead, just to be able to share this nature with you, and I just don't want to be inside today. I hope you can feel how happy I am about this weather. So let's get back to sewing. What have I been up to? Or maybe why not start with a little bit of life, since Fridaysews, for those of you that might not know about it, I don't think there is anyone, but if you haven't, it started off by Today in Jen's sewing room. Jen, a wonderful person who has created this hashtag for all of us YouTubers to connect and have a kind of theme to make it easier to film these videos, and it's been, I don't think even she thought it would be this big. But thank you, Jen, if you by any chance watching this. It's an amazing thing to have this to rally around and have as a concept. I love it. What it's all about is a little bit of life and a lot about sewing, or the other way around, depending on how your week has been. Well, I thought I was going to be able to film one Friday sew a week now in the beginning, but yeah, my body didn't want that. But I'm better now again, and I got quite a bad fever again, and I was afraid it was going downhill, but it's turned out it wasn't that bad. So I'm just thankful to be able to sit outside and enjoy this wonderful time of year. So I'm feeling better now. And the last week I've been able to sew some, and what I've mainly been up to is I've been trying to finish my Sew Frugal 23 make, the pink trench coat, and I've decided to, instead of using it for the Sew Frugal hashtag, I'm going to be using it for Sew Recreate the Look 23 hashtag, and that challenge that is now in April. And I think I inserted the picture of what my inspiration was last time, but I will do it here again. And the challenge is brought to us by, let me see, So Dressmaking and Jen Leg Tees Creative on Instagram. And I really like it. Is you take a picture from Instagram, from Pinterest, or from whatever, and you get inspired by that, and you try and make something out of that picture from a sewing pattern, or just drafting it yourself, or I think it's quite free creativity. That is the rule here, but I love watching all the makes that have been done during the years. I think this is the 4th or 5th year, or even longer, I don't know, but I watched it many times. I don't know if I took part last year, I don't think so, but I thought about it, and this year I will definitely try and take part. And that is by using my transcript pattern from the fabric store, and my pink linen from I forgot your name again, Thread Quarter, Susie. I'm sorry, Susie, I don't know what, I can't remember your name immediately. I've gotten this amazing pink or fuchsia colored linen, Irish linen, from her. I think it was 1 or 2 years ago, and it's just been begging me to make a trench coat out of it, and I don't know if I'm going to use it that much, because I'm not that bold and I don't get to be anywhere else but at home, but why not use it when I'm going to get the post and so on. So that is what I'm going to try and be finished with, and with that I'm going to try and make myself a pair of stretch jeans. I know it's quite a big thing, but I'm hoping I will be able to. I know last year I started to toile the Birkin jeans. I don't know if you heard about it, but I will insert pictures of the line drawings here. And it's it should be very popular now, actually, because it is bell-bottom jeans, or what is it called? There's another name for it. You know when you see it. And I like that it isn't too high-waisted, because I've discovered that I don't fit in too high-waisted jeans. That is definitely not my best fit. I need mid-waist, I would say. If you hear something behind me, it's Vega. She's here again, and she's playing around, and she's having a hard time being still, and I hope you're okay with it. I will insert some pictures of her too, because I know you like to see her. We're watching her for our friend again. There you have her. Where was I? The jeans. Yeah. I'm not finished with them. I've started to using the top down center out method, and I'm going to try and use that even more, and I'm going to do a complete video about that, because I did that for Peter and sewing a pair of jeans for him, and it was amazing. I never thought it would work so well for fitting on another person, but it was even better than fitting on yourself. And yeah, if you haven't checked that method out, please do. It's Ruth from Itkenhaven or something like that. I will insert her Instagram handle here. She's written a lot about it, and it's her that have figured this method out, and it's quite big at the moment, and I can completely see why, and I think it deserves its own video. But that is how I'm fitting the jeans now, and I will try and insert pictures here of how far I've gotten, and right now I think the fit is quite okay, so I'm gonna go with that and see how far I can get. Another challenge I really would like to take part in this month is Selfless Sew April 23. I will, that is also on Instagram, and I know you've heard a lot about it because there is a vlogging tour, and I will take part in that. I think my video will come up in April 28th, and it is Crystal from my social thread. It is, I have to look, Adele from Sew for Serenity, and Claire from Stitch and Sew. It's a lot of challenges and a lot of names now, but I'm sorry, I keep forgetting things. I think it has something, some of it has to do with my medicines, but I can't blame it all on that. I think it's age too. Well, Selfless Sew is something that is very dear to my heart, because I love sewing for Peter, I love sewing for my family, I love sewing for others. And one thing that I have completed this month is a baby quilt, and that will be my first entry in Selfless Sew, and that is for a friend and his family and their baby. I will insert it here. And why this quilt is so dear to me is because Mum created this pattern together with me. We did this when I was sick, and we sewed this for all the babies that were born. All my friends had babies, and a lot of my relatives gotten babies while I was the first year of my illness, and I can easily tell you that it was quite a hard time, because I started to realize then that I was not going to be able to have a family, and that was a big dream of mine. I've always dreamt about that. I've always talked about being a mum, and yeah, the realization of that was hard. But Mum, as always, tried to make a spin of it and asked me if we together could make this quilt, and starting to create a quilt pattern, because she really liked to quilt, and that has not been a big thing in Sweden, so the quilting thing has not been so big. And since the YouTube wasn't that big when we started sewing, and when I got sick, and it took a while before we started to watch all the YouTube videos and so on, so I really would have liked Mum to enjoy all this, the sewing community, the quilting, garment sewing and all that, but now I'm getting away from the subject again. Well, this baby quilt, this pattern is something that we have created over a couple of 3 or 4 years, I think it was, and my dream is to one day be able to maybe publish it and give the money to charity for Mum's sake, but we will see about that. But I really love it, and I love the fact that you can, in the 6 squares in the middle, or the middle part of it, I don't know what it's called in quilting terms, but you can insert whatever you like. You can do your own embroidery, you can use fabrics with memories attached to them, you can iron on patches, you can iron on photos, a lot of things. There is an endless alternatives with that, in that way, and that is what we have made during the years. And this family really likes animals, so that is why I used my sister's embroidery machine and embroidered different cute animals in the middle. So hopefully you have seen the pictures here, and I love how it turned out, and they were so grateful. So that is my first entry for Selfless Sew April. My second is the pants I was talking about for Peter. I am not 100% finished with them. They are missing the back pockets and they are missing the hemming part. But otherwise, fitting them with using Ruth's method with top down center out was amazing. We have never gotten that kind of fit on him on pants before, because it's hard to fit pants, I think, and it's even harder to fit on a guy because he wants to have them to sit just below the tummy, because he has a bit of a beer tummy, as we call it in Sweden, and now he's lost a bit of weight, so that makes it a bit trickier because it's changed shape quite a bit. So yeah, but I'm thinking getting the hang of it, and I'm starting to get the fit I want, and if I get it, I will definitely sew quite a few more pairs of these from this pattern, or maybe just change the way the leg pieces and just use the crotch area and all that. Use this pattern as a sloper almost, but we will see where it takes us. But that is definitely something I want to finish for Peter. And those are the two main things I will be enter for Sew Selfless, because I'm trying not to take too much on. It's hard because I want to do so much all the time, every day, every minute, but I don't have the energy yet. I just have to realize that and be thankful for everything I can make. Well, what else do I want to take part in? I want to take part in, let's see, Sew April Blouse. That I almost forgot. That Gabrielle from Cloth Edit and Ruanne from the Yorkshire Sew Girl is hosting another challenge here on, not here, on Instagram of course. But what I'm going to use there is an old pattern from Mum's stash that I found, and I actually think it's quite similar to the, what is it called? Hang on a minute. Honey Blouse from Fibre Mood. I don't know about you, but I think I could, maybe with a few changes, make that happen with this blouse. And I'm going to use a fabric from Beyond the Pink Door Think Pink subscription boxes that I've just received. Peter, as wonderful as he is, has gifted me that in Christmas present, and he's told me that if I promise to use the fabrics every month and not just add to my stash, he will continue to buy them for me. So therefore I'm going to start filming a video every month where I open the box and I will sew in the same episode. And I know that Essie from Dizzy Quilts is doing the same, and I've asked her if it's okay that I copy her. I copy her straight off, and she was so kind and so nice, and she really liked the idea, and we're actually going to collab on this in May, so stay tuned for that. And hopefully before that I'm going to have one box and one video with the wonderful double gauze that came last, I think it was 2 weeks ago I got it. And that is something else I've been working on this week, and I'm actually twirling that project because I'm in love with that double gauze and I don't want to mess it up. So just before I filmed this, I started to sew the Ibby dress from Alice. Is it Alice and Pauline, I think the pattern company is called. I've never used one of their patterns before, but I will insert line drawings and pictures of it here, and I will insert some pictures of the fabric I'm using now. If it's going to work out and how it's going to turn out is something you have to wait and see if I can make it happen with the Think Pink subscription box video. But I could at least share the fabric and pattern here, I thought. Whew, that was a lot of things to talk about. One last challenge I desperately want to take part in is Nadia's from, I have to check it here, Oh Sew Me 23. It's Stitched and Styled by Nadia, and she is doing it to collect money for bowel cancer and everything that has to do with some kind of charity and raising funds for that. is so dear to my heart, and I support her in every way I possibly can with that. So I'm going to try and take part in that challenge. That is something about how you change a pattern to fit you, and that is something I need to do every time I sew a pattern and sew a dress or pants or tops or anything. I don't think I ever sew something right out of the box. I always have to lengthen the sleeves. That is one thing I can't get away from, and a lot of other changes too. So I will try and take part in that, but more on that next week, because now it's starting to get being a long video after all. I didn't think so, but I'm going to end this Fridaysews with sharing some more of the beautiful spring weather and spring pictures here in Sweden. And I don't know what the flowers are called in English, but in Swedish it's called tussilago, and we also have vitsippor, and that is the first flowers coming here on when the spring sun is coming out. And I took a walk with Vega last night, or I think it was afternoon, and it was so warm and so beautiful, so I just had to film some of it. And I will end the video with that and say thank you for watching all this, and thank you for having the patience with me, and thank you for being a part of my life. Take care, have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend. I hope you get a lot of sewing or just stroking fabric or thinking about sewing in. Take care of each other and love each other, promise me that. Life is so precious. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye for now.